My divine Christar family, here we go for another spiral report for the week coming up for September 14th to the 20th. I was going through the energy of the week and I was like, whew, here we go again. I feel like this is just that roller coaster ride that we are in the middle of through the eclipse season. But I know many of you are feeling the very, very intense energies that are transpiring within our rays and our codes right now with all the things that are happening on planet Earth. My heart goes out to each and every one of you. I know at this time, especially as we're in the gate 47 right now, this is an intensity. And even as I'm doing this report right now, we have just entered into something incredibly significant with our mental plane and just a lot of the energy that's going on, which is that Sun and Mercury are now in that conjunct energy, which we're going to be holding through into the beginning of the week around Monday. So, as we feel this vibrational energy right now, these two alone can be very intense. And they're in the gate 47, which is the gate of realization. It's going to be something that's kind of impulsing us towards our thoughts, towards how are we conceptualizing things. But the gate 47 has a bit more of a heaviness to it, and that is that it weighs deeply within the energies of karmas, past patterns, the miasmic stuck crystals within our consciousness, the things in past life cycles that didn't smooth out or clear out, or that we didn't come into a place of transfiguration and new awareness within those lifetimes. And here's where it gets its extra boost of intensity within our life is that it's now also holding the energy of the south node. So we have three of these planets. We're going to look at this on the chart that are holding this conjunction energy right now, all in the gate 47. The south node is saying, hey, as much as your mind wants to race forward in the future and just run away with maybe getting pulled into your TikTok, your Instagram, your YouTube scrolls, or wherever your mind is going. And I will say a lot of where the mind is going right now is into these lateral fields that I'm watching pull a lot of individuals into a sense of feeling even disconnected from your spiritual practices because it's such a heavy ajna energy. It's such a heavy mental energy that it almost rips us out of settling into the divinity of our stillness practices. And South Node is coming in there saying, you know that thing you wanted to forget? You know that thing that you were hoping would be left 3 lifetimes ago? Let me bring it forward for you. Let's dump out all the old files so that you have the opportunity to look at the past energies. And so think of that South Node already past energies with the gate 47, which is hugely about the karmas of the past. It's almost like a double whammy. And the things that are kind of coming up, this is really our opportunity to look at where are we holding limiting beliefs, the beliefs that don't flow with universal nature, beliefs and energies in our mental plane that are holding our mind within patterns that literally pull us away from the eternal Trinity breath. Now, please be mindful more than ever. What is pulling you away from the very energies that are supporting you within divinity? So let's dive into this report for this week because this is what we're starting the week with. Honestly, as we're ending the last week and into the new week, this whole Sun, Mercury, South Node, all in the gate 47 is literally the crossover energy that's bringing us forward. So I'm going to go ahead and share the chart so that we can look at it as we go through because it's just fun to see the visuals on here. And let's go ahead and start to just take a peek right here. As we go ahead and look at this, we're going to see there it is. Sun, South Node, Mercury, right there in the middle. I'm just going to get this set so that we can move it day by day so that we can begin to see the energy here We're on the 12th right now. I'm actually recording this on our Friday evening here in Western United States time, in the Pacific Coast time. So I'm kind of at the tail end, and we're seeing that we're in this perfect conjunction energy. Again, you're going to see it's going to hold till Monday. So about the 15th, we're going to see this energy in there. Now, within this, the sun is starting out this week, and let me go ahead and just move it towards the 14th, which is going to be Sunday. So we'll be right here and moving it forward. You're going to see the sun and Mercury are little by little moving away from the south node. So you're going to see that sun and Mercury are going to stay more in a conjunction to each other as they start to move further away from the south node, which is going to start to alleviate a bit of the energy, but it's not going to settle down the mental plane quite yet. Sun in the gate 47 is really going to be holding in, and then it's going to be moving into the gate 6 on Sunday. This is the gate that's going to show us a polarity energy. Sun and Earth basically are going to be holding the polarity of gate 6 and gate 36. So the gate 6, the gate of conflict energy, this is going to be the vibration that's bringing in that polarity of conflict, crisis, conflict, crisis. Anytime we hit any major planetary systems in the polarity of the gate 636 polarities, be it the south node, north node, be it the sun and the earth, these are significant. These are going to be playing on a major plane. We're seeing this a bit in the planetary field, and we're kind of look at, there's another energy coming up with Mars, coming into more of a conjunction with Haumea towards a closer moment coming up into our solar eclipse at our full moon, that this really feels like we're building up on a planetary level to some sort of explosion of energy. And within this, whether it's emotional, whether it's going to be something planetary, this energy leading up to this eclipse seems to be holding a bit more combustion energy than even just the feeling of us coming into the closing window of this eclipse that is locking in the energy we're building for this next 6-month period. We already know there's just massive things and kind of chaos and turmoil going on the planet. And as we're going to be riding out most of the week in the gate 6, this is going to be something really intense, because we're going to see that the vibrational energy that we're holding up into this eclipse energy is going to be riding this gate 6 energy. So I'm not wanting to put a vibration out there that it's going to be chaos and havoc in this next week, but I am saying please be mindful. Don't let the thoughts and the maybe unsettling nervous system energies within your body begin to pull you or make you think that something's wrong. In fact, anytime you feel something going a little bit out of center within yourself, how quickly can you get back into your breath work, your practices, joy, love, the omni love, and awareness within, so that you become the resolution within all energies that might feel out of balance. So this is kind of intense to look at the energy for this next week, and I'm just kind of kind of breathing into it, going like, oh my goodness, this is pretty wild. Well, as we get to see this, we're going to see that as we move from the 14th here, which is Sunday, we're going to now move into Monday. As we move into Monday, Sun is now going to start to cross over from Leo into Virgo. So now we're going to start moving into true sky Virgo. This is beautiful. This is going to start to move and shift the energy out of some of that fiery energy, and it's going to bring us in a little bit more of that grounding earth energy within Virgo. That's going to allow us to start to see where is that nurturing, where can we start to kind of come together within some of this Virgonian energy of service, of help, and of nurturing energies within there. We're going to see that Mercury's joining right along with the sun on this ride as it starts to now pull a little bit more away from the south node. So we should start to feel a relief and an excitement, hopefully, you'll be feeling within your thoughts as Sun and Mercury start to open you up to potentially what are some new ways in which you can manifest and create. Now, remember, as we get to feel this, this is going to be Sunday. It's later on Sunday, so it might be closer to Monday for those on the East Coast or in later time zones, closer to the universal time, that it's going to be moving from gate 47 to 6, closer to around 10 o'clock on Sunday, or it will be Monday for most others in later time zones that we're moving into the gate 6. So now, as we move and start into the week, we're really going to be holding the gate 6 for the primary energy of the week. Now, as Sun moves into Virgo on Monday, we're going to see that the moon is going to be holding a really powerful energy, and we're going to see it's over here in Gemini, and from Gemini it'll move through Cancer through the week. You're going to see this, and it's going to move into Leo. So the moon's going to have a great influence for us this week, and I just want to clarify, we're moving into the new moon and this next eclipse, and it will be a solar eclipse on the new moon. I apologize if I said that backwards the last time. I'm still feeling the energy of the full moon eclipse. So within this, just to clarify this, I apologize if I said it wrong earlier. Now, as we kind of get to play with this, there's a couple other things I want to touch in on that I think are very, very significant. So I'm going to move the chart here just a little bit, because as the moon's going to be moving towards the sun, it'll eventually make its way towards that Virgo energy. And I want to come over here so that we can take a peek at Uranus. Now, Uranus over here is holding a powerful energy, still in conjunction with Sedna, and I just want to see if I can bring this over here so you can also see Chiron is right here in a conjunction to Eris. So we got Uranus, Sedna, Chiron, in the Eris energy. This is the gate 42 now for the energy of Chiron, and the gate 20 for the energy of Uranus. And this is still Pleiadian energy all the way through. And the energy within Chiron and Eris is the galactic, the Andromedan galaxy energy. And this I find to be very interesting because these have been holding in. This is still a persistent, it's a continuing energy. We've been dealing with this for a little bit within our rays in our field, within our body. And primarily, this has been kind of uncovering a lot of things for all of us. Well, the thing that I think is going to be very interesting for us to take a peek at, so just kind of keep in mind that Chiron and Eris and Uranus and Sedna are still holding an energy. These are both places that like to create some shifts and some changes on the planet. And I'm looking at this in a conjunction to this energy of what's going on with Mars. Now, I want you to see Mars, and I know Haumea is a little bit up here, kind of towards the top of the screen. Maybe if I bring it down a little, you're going to see Mars and this energy of the Haumea energy. And what we want to see is as we're moving towards the time of the eclipse that is going to be coming up, Mars is going to be coming in that conjunction there. Now, interestingly enough, as we get to see this energy, I was looking at this and I'm sitting there going like, wow, this is wild. Mars is something obviously that likes to stir things up. Haumea is going to be creation energy. It's going to also have to do with the raw earth creation energy, potentially types of things like volcanoes, the types of things like the shifts and changes of the tectonic plates upon the planet. And so as you get to kind of see this kind of playing out in the field, we're seeing everything from the sun being in the gate 6. We're seeing everything from the Uranus energy and the Chiron energy still kind of holding those connections to those extra fixed star placements, or those asteroid placements of Sedna, and then the energy of Eris in there. And then we're going to have Mars really clicking in. And this, I'm just going to push it back so we can see this will actually be right on the eclipse time. You can see the sun and the moon kind of moving in the connection here. So this will be the new moon, close to the new moon time. You're going to see Mars right in that alignment to Haumea. I just am sitting here looking at all of this energy and just knowing that this is a possible building up of energy that we're feeling this week, of a buildup of drama, a buildup of potential explosive energy. Again, this is going to be a different expression for every person that's holding this energy. But I'm really seeing this more on a planetary level. On a planetary level, we want to realize that our collective consciousness is influencing Earth Mama. And the way we're influencing her is by in our chaos within our own mind and in our own thoughts. We also create the chaos within the fields of Earth. And one of the great things for us to recognize is that if we can bring the balance and our thoughts, our minds, our harmony. This should be a call for all of us holding the Christic flame on how can we be holding the Christic codes of that stillness of mind, no thought, no mind, holding the omni love within to be the pillars of the Christic flame in order to let the elation current help to stabilize so many of the crystal cathedral energies on the planet so that the crystal cathedrals can really help stabilize, to help create the safe passage transits for individuals that are in need, and to help stabilize the network of planet Earth so that it also helps stabilize the network of our collective consciousness within humanity. So this is something that I think is really quite unique. I also find it interesting that our new moon and our eclipse are going to be taking place within the energy of Alkaid. Alkaid being one of the Rishi stars, and it's the Rishi of the power of light. So, despite all of these things going on with Mars, with Uranus, with Chiron energy happening on the planet, with all of that Mercury Sun vibration going on, we're going to see Sun, and at the time of the new moon, is going to be holding this energy of the Rishi, the power of the light. And at that time of the eclipse, we're going to see Mercury's already starting to take off the weight on the sun. So it's going to take off and start to kind of make its way towards Mars. So just as we think about this, we're just going to see, I'm going to go backwards one more time so we can see. And I'm going to just invite us to take a peek again here on Sunday as we move in to the week from the 14th to the 20th. We're going to see this buildup of energy here within the mental plane. As each day moves, moving into Monday, we're going to be moving now into Virgo, the true sky Virgo energy. As the week continues, we're going to see that moon is really going to make its way through the energies of Gemini and eventually come and have that union with the sun for the new moon. And as it continues to move forward into the week, we're really just feeling that buildup of energy as Mars starts to move closer to the Haumea energy. Again, knowing that Uranus and Chiron are already been holding those vibrations with the Pleiades, with the energy of the Andromedan Mother Galaxy and those connections to Eris and Sedna. So that's already holding in there. And as this continues on, we'll just see as we start to make our way towards the end of the week, Mars now making its way in there, Moon scooting over, making its way. There's the 19th, there's the 20th, and then we're going to see coming into the 21st. I'd have to move it by the hour to get it right on to the sun, and we'll see this will be our new moon time. So with that, I did want to share one more page so we can see where is the moon as it's moving from the energy of true sky, the true sky Gemini into the energy of the Virgo. We're going to see it really kind of, you're seeing it kind of move through within here. And it is going to be moving from the gate 12 to the gate 47, and of course it'll bump up on the next day into the gate 6 before it moves into 46 for the new moon. You can see it's kind of activating a lot of the gates all the way up and down the central vertical channel of your human design rave. A lot of it is going to be holding everything from throat chakra energy to root chakra energy within there. So just know it's going to be kind of pinging and dancing all over the place, really kind of influencing a lot again of these channels in the central vertical channel. And so you can kind of look at it as it's moving in from the quarter of civilization. It's going to be moving into the quarter of duality, relationships. So from the building into the expanding energy within there, there's a lot, you guys. I definitely wanted to take the moment to kind of dive into some of these things that we're looking at, because it's just an intensity of energy. And sometimes we might start to feel, hey, why do things sometimes feel like they're not working? Or I get in the groove of my practice and then all of a sudden I feel as though I'm not that connected to it, or that something else has shifted and changed. And we start to sometimes even have a question of, well, maybe I'm moving away from something, or maybe I don't know if this is right, or which way am I going? And no, all of that ajna energy just loves to mess with us. It loves to kind of scramble things up and confuse us into where are we moving. And one of the things we always want to have is our foundational practice, the most simple things that you can always come back to, whether it's breath work, whether it's doing the Om mantra, whether it's one particular mantra or practice or thing that you do, or maybe even a walk that you take to kind of clear your head and your energy. Have that singular thing that you can always come back to, that you can ride through even the moments that feel chaotic, that you can ride it through, that says, man, I'm going to hang on to this till I pull through this energy. Because I really do feel that there is just a buildup of more shifts and changes that are about to reveal themselves on the planet, whether it's in the consciousness fields, the outer landscapes, or the planetary landscapes. Something's shifting on the planet in this next week. We'll feel it by the time of the eclipse, kind of moving into it. I really feel it might be around the eclipse to a few days even after the eclipse as we start to feel these things, and we'll get to touch into more on that. Just know, hold the omni love. You are the pillar of light. We are the stabilizing energies that are assisting the planet in this time. And thank you so much for being a part of this team of holding the Christic flame together. I love you guys so much, and I will see you at our next report.